I loves me some 1 degree of chunky B.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just dropping in, we have got Erin Coscarelli on the show. And I pause for that Italian last name. And you're just going to join us for business first, okay? We're going to talk business in a second. But the funny thing is, I always, when I hear that last name, you think New Yorker. Yeah. And then if you think real good individuals around the world, say hello to Gary Adler.
You know, this is what I'm dealing with. The very first thing I said was, let's do business first, and he introduced you right away.
I know.
That's how he is,
but
right?
the thing is,
he gets a little flustered with hot girls in the audience.
Ding, 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 ding. Once you get to, if you're drinking beer, pals, and you know, I tapped out for a breather. In the beer consumption. But if you're going to get your quack on, make sure it's with Venice Duck. These cats are still rolling high at Dodger Stadium. No one said they were going to make it big. Venice Duck. I personally would like to see more duck in my fridge.
In the garage would be good.
In the garage. Yeah. So this is a calling out to John
it's not
John
an
Henry.
ultimatum. It's just a request.
Yeah. How about I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
I'll go to their brewery and get the beer.
Or how about we continue to talk about the beer, they give us beer.
That's a
Ding,
good
ding, ding,
answer.
ding.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the way it's supposed to work.
So, and we coined the phrase right here in the Garage of Love called flock.
That's
it's
right.
It's a 12-pack, all right? Instead of going, let's get a 12-pack. No.
Yeah.
Hey, hit a flock on the way here. Did you get it?
I
Flock,
like it. That's
ducks.
clever.
Yeah.
Very good, guys.
And you know something? Your fiancé, once you...
The Flying V, the Venice Duck.
What?
I'm just throwing stuff out there.
You're
You
kidding?
you need sound effects for this.
We do, you know... There was not a chance. We talked about sound effects. We really? No. We're not doing the sound effecting. Check this out. When you want to get, you have a beautiful face and you
We haven't introduced her yet. She
Yeah.
has not been seen yet.
Oh, did you cut that?
Yeah.
Okay. Editing on the fly. Ladies and gentlemen, so technically, okay. Listen, before the sun, after the sun, and during the sun. These guys have been with us from the beginning. Astiglow. We've had fun.
Sounds sexy,
It
but it's
sounds
really, really
something
scientific.
for the bedroom. No. And I want to let you know it is working because I put it on my dresser. So, sometimes, elbow action, a little, knees, head, toe, whatever.
Yeah.
I've been using this and I am seeing... You can't. I know I got a face like a foot. Let's just cut it right to
Right,
But
right.
but at least my foot is moisturized.
That's right. I used the penis enlarger and my hands got bigger. It was weird. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, right. And I want to say thank you to our newest sponsor. This is a legit, and I do not know how this people
That's
said yes
exciting.
to this. What's taken over the country, Gary, and I want you to know this and everyone around the world, light therapy. The light therapy is making athletes heal faster. Their concussions, vets coming home from war are depressed. This light thing, and G, make sure I put this up.
You got it.
And I want to make sure they see the title of this.
And pull it back just a hair. There you go.
The
Inlight
Inlight-
Wellness Systems.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Look this up. They gave us
Now that comes with an eighth of weed, right?
really. Yes,
I
of course.
mean, if we're in physical therapy. I'm going to ask our guest about that later, by the way.
Okay,
Yeah.
listen to me, people.
Introduce this gorgeous girl.
Erin Coscarelli, ladies and gentlemen. Cut right to the chase. And I was about to say NBA, National Football League
I do
network
have a pretty
star.
good hook shot, that's for sure.
I've heard about that. You could drop a couple threes.
I would say
yeah,
one of the
not
top
bad.
5 hottest women we've had on the show.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
we've had
saying
some
a bunch.
beautiful
Yeah.
people. I haven't really gone down a list of visuals.
I
but
meant
now that-
smarts, but if you're just talking about looks, that's fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 degree of Chunky B. That's who I am. I look just like him. And say hello to Gary Adler.
Thanks. We
who-
already did this.
I know, but we're doing it again. Erin, say hello to your fan base, which you have. And I want to talk about right off the bat. Well, you know something? Let's talk right off the bat. Every guy that's interviewed you has thought this, and we're just not going to deny it. You're gorgeous.
Oh, gosh.
Come on.
You're Babe Central. Let's just put that out there.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying it because I just met you today. I've known you for like a year plus now.
Yeah, longer than
But I
that.
kept my distance. I was like, why would I introduce myself to Erin just to throw her game off when she's got a concentration? She's probably thinking the hottie behind the camera, Junkie. How am I supposed to
Yeah.
work around here when I got a
Focus.
gorgeous man like Junkie
Yeah.
behind the camera?
She might be wondering, how did a fisherman get a cameraman job? You know what I mean?
That's a story about this gorgeous face. Erin, first of all, thank you so much for
Absolutely.
coming to the Garage of
course.
Love.
Thank you.
I was nervous to present you with the thought of even being a guest on the show. because I didn't want to go like, oh God, who's the guy that's trying to get me a guest on the show? But you are here.
How game was I though? I was so game. Weren't
Yeah.
you? Was that?
Yes.
Did that get thrown off too?
No, yes, I talked about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, Gary.
She's like, not only is she game,
Yeah.
but she's throwing exclamation
She's
points.
high-fiving
after.
me and
Yeah, I did a high five.
Yeah.
I never had a high five from a talent going down the hallway,
Right.
being excited about the podcast.
Yeah.
You know, Steve Mariucci was just like, okay, Chunky, don't tell anybody I'm coming on the show.
Yeah.
He wasn't
It
like
was
that at
all
all.
behind the
but
scenes.
yeah, but that's one thing that I was really excited about, your enthusiasm about coming into Garage of Love and at the NFL. And here's the funny thing. You and I used to do the overnight show called HQ, headquarters, football headquarters, and it was brutal. It was like, what was the
Yeah, that was
coldest
tough.
desert that you walk
Yeah.
in there, and Gary, I'm kidding. I'm not even fibbing on this. Freezing. You could probably.
Why was it so cold?
Why, Erin?
Well, I'm sure you are aware. Obviously, like the
The lights.
technology, the lights, camera, everything. I think you need to keep the technology from overheating.
Yes, I agree
I
with
really
that.
don't
but
know.
that much for the talent.
Maybe it was 'cause
freezing
Erin was
in the
there.
studio.
They just had to chill everything out a little bit.
So
You know what I'm
hot.
saying?
You went there.
I'm just saying.
No, but
It's
honestly,
like a cold shower.
Chunky knows this. I needed to wear a Snuggie during commercial breaks because
You
it's
look like
freezing
you
and-
just
saw
the way you were dressed. You just finished up a snowball fight and were victorious.
Yes.
Did they make you
you were in
dress
the
really
blanket of
skimpy?
victory.
Yeah.
Look at I kicked your ass, but I'm freezing.
Yeah, I mean, there were moments where my teeth would be chattering as I said highlights, probably. But it's just, I think any studio, I'm assuming you know as well, camera. There's a lot of, it has to be cold for whatever reason. The Fox studio is that way, NFL Network's that way.
You know, people have reputations now around the television world of temperatures. Like if you're a crew
that
guy and
right?
say, "Oh yeah, I work with Letterman," we're like, "What degrees?" 50. So like Letterman is known as like you can almost see your breath.
Right.
Yes.
So there are people like, Dr. Phil, I'd give him like a 62. There's
What is NFL?
the coldest ever.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay, that's impressive
That
then.
breaks all
Yeah.
kinds of records.
And thermometers.
There was one time that the audio guy came back into where my little the hideaway thing is, where like my buddy Reed, who's been a camera operator there since the beginning of the NFL Network in Culver City, and he has a little space heater. So the audio guy trying to kiss up to you goes, "Hey, I'm coming back to borrow your heater," and I was like, "Okay." And I'm sitting in a corner because it takes hours. The crew's there early in case anything breaks and stuff like that. But we're there 4 hours before the show starts.
Right.
And you guys are off doing your thing. But we're freezing on stage. And I'm like, yeah, cool. And I looked over at you. And this is before we even started a friendship. And I'm like, look at her. All bundled up.
Yeah.
She's got the heat coming from her ankles up.
Furry Ugg boots. Come on,
That-
give
that
me
whole
the
thing.
fantasy.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Give
yeah.
me the fantasy.
No fantasy here. You don't want to see it. It's like it's going to take layers to get to where you need to go. But, and then I thought to myself, I'm freezing, but look how cute she looks over
She's
there.
talent, man.
She's talent.
Yeah.
Right.
I got the foot heaters. Yeah.
And I do have to say one thing, that as a camera operator for you, which is a complete joy, we have to learn body language. It just comes around. Like I can almost tell when you're about to, even though I don't know who's going to speak next on the show, I can just tell your eyes start to do, and you get ready. You get
Yeah.
ready to jump in.
Right.
I see that on such a regular basis with all the talent at the NFL, and I've got to say, I love the way you deal with how you present yourself on television. It is way beyond what the normal person would think. What you have to go through.
Oh, thank you.
First of all, the elements. What?
Can we let her talk a little bit, dude? I'm just saying. She is the guest, Chunky.
I'm excited.
You just said I love to when you're ready to
Okay.
jump in.
Right.
And I think she has that look on her face right this second.
See what I got to do with it. But I love the fact that I have never seen you fumble. I've never seen you doubt yourself to the viewer. How do you set yourself up for that?
Well, first of all, I definitely have you fooled.
Really?
Because, well, I think, and I told you this earlier, I think the best advice I was ever given, my very first job, I did the World Series of Poker. I was 24 years old, for ESPN way back in the day.
Who was the host?
It was I was the sideline reporter,
So
so
it
I
was
was.
La McCain?
Yes, yeah, that's right. It was years ago. I loved watching World Series of
Gabe
Poker.
Kaplan, maybe?
I loved watching. All I know
Did
was
you
I got
play?
to do. I mean, let's be honest, not with money, not with real money at least. But I enjoy poker, and I really loved watching it on TV. But the producer that hired me for that gig said, "Listen," and I was 24. I was the youngest that they had ever dealt with.
Right.
But they liked my audition, and they said, "Whatever you say, just say it with conviction." And I think that was so important. It really stuck with me my whole career because TV is such a medium where as long as you look in control, and the great thing about our team on the show that I work on with NFL Network is I think, and you're starting to see it even more often now, if we fumble or if we make a mistake, it's live TV, we got to roll with it. Just have fun. Just embrace the struggle, embrace the mistake. Because if you're having fun, you're looking like people at home are having fun.
Fantasy Live? Or Fantasy and Friends?
Fantasy and Friends,
Fantasy
right.
and Friends. Because I do both those shows. When you're probably just getting yourself over to the network,
Right.
we're
that's-
already
you're wrapping
doing...
up or going
Wait,
down.
can I go back to poker real quick? Was it one of the Van Patten kids was the second host?
Oh God, I couldn't tell you.
I just
It was
always wondered if he just
too long ago.
got all the tail on the show, because he
Oh,
was
he was the good-looking one.
He was the hot.
The blonde dude,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the blonde dude with the long hair.
Did you go on the road with these guys?
Just in Vegas. We were in Vegas. It was the
That's
World
enough.
Series of Poker, and it was at the Rio back in the day.
wow.
I don't know if you guys have ever
And did you
visited the Rio
know
Hotel.
if we're going to talk more questions about Texas Hold'em, which the guy across the table right now loves to do, and you have
Love
a fair
playing.
game.
You do too.
You got more skill.
You're
than-
up and down.
I bet I go through
But the
streaks.
last time I played with you, you were a full blown alcoholic, so things might have changed. Things may have changed.
Thanks
you
for
know?
that. What do you know the game?
Yeah.
And did you know the game before you?
Yeah, I wouldn't have been
Right,
able to get the
right.
job unless I was proficient in understanding it. Yeah.
So you're pretty comfortable with the subject matter that you present,
Yeah, of course.
and me talking about football.
Sports, football,
That's awesome.
ballet.
No way.
No, do you? You know what though? That's a great.
I have no I can't. I'm not at all. In that sense, feminine. I was not a cheerleader. Everyone asks and expects me to be a cheerleader. There is no flexible bone in this body. I'm sorry, guys. I have to tell you, I was not a dancer. I was not a ballerina. I was not a cheerleader. I played volleyball and
And
basketball.
ironically,
and
Chunky was
soccer.
all of those things.
I was
ballerina, especially. That's
Weird, man.
the mascot maybe.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah. What were you thinking?
Well, here's the thing. She's got to be super smart, first of all.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, she's hot.
Well,
Whatever.
look at her education. You went to
But-
UCLA.
USC.
Right. Yeah.
Chunky B is gonna get it. He's
I guess-
gonna get it. You called me Fantasy Live. That's our opponent. Not really in any way. We're actually quite friendly, but we follow their suit. So
Here's my question. Could it have been any sport
whatever
that
I
you
would-
succeeded at?
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's what you're passionate about. And it's interesting that I fell into sports in the first place because I grew up with two older brothers. And for whatever reason, I had always been raised in a very competitive, we'll go with that,
Okay.
competitive environment with two older brothers and to fight for respect and attention. I needed to be proficient in sports. So it's funny that you say I'm very, I guess, would you say academically?
By
I
the way,
was
she
just-
just touched me.
I saw her reach over there.
I
I'm
know.
like, what's going on?
I just got a
Do
little
you want me-
movement.
You guys want a little time in the
I got a
garage
little
here?
movement in the croctoral region. You know what I'm saying?
There's movement.
It's weird. Yeah. But thank you for that.
Sorry, Gary, I didn't mean
Been
to.
married a long time.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm sure your
Any
wife
movement
doesn't appreciate
towards his
that.
direction is
It's
like,
all good.
oh, look at me.
Any movement is good at
I'm
this
gonna have
time.
a glass of water.
Yeah,
have a
sure.
sip.
Set
It's
right
getting
now.
hot in here.
She's verklempt.
We don't have to worry about the temperature. What? So
It is cold in here.
you,
Not as cold as the
if
studio.
people do not watch, I will sit there with all my heart and be totally honest with you. What you got going with those three boys is phenomenal.
Aw,
It is
thank
a
you.
great.
So great.
It is
They're fun.
Yes, and you
They're
guys,
so fun.
you guys look like you're having a good time.
We are having fun. Yeah, we're having a blast. I mean, and you get to see it almost every day. What I love, and this is the other thing too, is, I grew up with boys, so I have that sort of tomboy-esque. There's nothing that I hate more than someone that can't take a joke. I'm sure we've all been on the other end of it where we've offended somebody by saying something that we were kind of joking about. Yeah. But that's what you can do with these guys is you can joke with them. Adam Rank, Dave Damashek, MJD. You see it. We give each other, we rib each other. I'm totally okay with getting it back. And it's just fun. That's what you want.
Okay. That brings up a subject, or that brings up a situation that I do think about, and it's really none of my business to ask it, but since you brought it up, I'm going to ask it. When you were doing HQ,
sure,
and your co-host,
Cole Wright,
yeah, he is a smart, funny,
sharp, witty, quick, yeah,
and he can jab like a mofo. I thought, as I'm trying to read body language and just starting to get to know your groove, did he ever hit?
A sensitive?
Yeah.
I think if there was ever a situation, it's the waking up at 2 a.m. and you're on set for a long time because it's a 3-hour show or a 4-hour live show, and you're just dealing with people that are exhausted. From me, from the camera crew, from producers that are there, coming up with content and talking about the NFL 12 months out of the year when the off season isn't as busy, of course, as playoff time or Super Bowl time.
Or draft time.
Or combine.
Right.
You're just dealing with different personalities. I think Cole is so smart. He is so witty.
Yes.
And that's what you love about him, is he is not afraid to deliver it. So let me tell you something. The way that I have succeeded in, I think, a more male-friendly environment is you got to take it, and you can't be offended, and you can't be sensitive, and I love it. It's what I was raised in with boys growing up, and no, he could not offend me. I mean,
good to hear.
We got to give it to each other. You got to. If you can't give it to someone, then it's no fun.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Has anyone offended you off camera?
Off camera, as far as
maybe someone's taking something a little too far, but you're not allowed to say anything because you don't want to lose your job or any of that weirdness going on?
I don't think so. I mean, if there was, it's so far removed from anything that maybe starting in the business and you're taking yourself too serious, and I think that you have to let that go. I mean, we're in a business where you can't have thin skin, right? I mean, everyone's going to have an opinion. A producer will there can be 2 different producers in a room and they both will have a different opinion on how something should be run. And you just got to take everything with a grain of salt. And that's, I think, just growing up and getting better in the business is just listening and hoping, you just don't take it personal.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
But at that time of night or morning, sometimes.
Oh, you're edgy.
Right. But you
woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah.
Your dog barked and you got 2 hours of sleep. Or, I mean, there were many of mornings where I woke up because I'm driving to work at 2 a.m.
Is that crazy?
2 a.m. I'm
That's
driving
nuts.
to work.
I'm just getting to bed.
Yeah, you're just getting to bed. Screw you. Yeah. No, and you're exhausted. You're cranky. But I loved what I did. I loved coming to work, and I think and what Chunky was so great at is a family in there. You're all kind of grinding together. No one likes the hours, but we do love what we do.
Is there anyone really pissed off at Chunky because he got the full-time camera gig? Let's be honest. I mean, he just got there, and 2 weeks later, he's full-time.
Your luck, right?
I count my blessings, not my problems.
Or other people's.
Yeah. Right. And one thing about the network, it is so big. It's a huge company, and they make sure that every I is dotted, every T is crossed. You got to go to sensitive classes. Section, And I went. Today was my day off, and I'm still at the network at 7:30 in the morning, going to a meeting of hey, guys, here's our bi-monthly or once every 2 month kind of meeting.
Yeah.
And I went just to make sure I showed my face because the guys that hired me and did all this interview process, I'm still supportive on my day off. And plus it's a mile down the street. Nice. You're Glendale.
I am. I'm far. It takes me 50 minutes because I'm not driving to work in the overnight hours anymore. So it takes me about 50 minutes to and from each way to get to work, but that's okay.
You're representing a beautiful ring on that on the ring finger of your left hand, meaning that was an engagement.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, I hate to crazy. People don't tune away. Don't tune away. We'll talk perverted later.
You know what? I have a question about that. Did you ever date a normal guy? Like I know your husband to be. He's tall and dark and handsome. He's got super perfect teeth, and I think he owns like Tender Greens or something, right? Yeah. So do you ever date like a normal guy, like a fisherman or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yes, I have dated many of normal
You're
guys.
good.
I think honestly, I will tell you the number one trait, and this may sound crazy. I think this is the commonality for most women, a lot of women, and especially my friends. If you can't be funny, then no one's playing around. No, to me, I think I owe a large part of that to my father, who is, if you could combine, if Robin Williams had a baby with Steve Martin, that's no joke.
You're
What my
kidding.
dad looks like and
It's been a
acts
tough
like.
pregnancy.
Yeah, that was
That would've been a tough
well,
pregnancy.
yeah. and
C-section,
plus-
no doubt.
Yeah, and Steve Martin had to carry, and Robin Williams kind of has a big head, so that must have been an uncomfortable situation.
A lot
for
of
sure.
hair.
Okay, that's
Lot of hair.
okay. What people say about my beautiful physique and glamorous good looks.
Yeah.
If Jim Belushi had a kid with
Fred
Ray-
Flintstone.
Really? Can you?
Oh, sorry, dude.
I was going with Barney Rubble.
Oh, you were?
Okay, because I'm a side kind of guy. I'm the guy next door.
That's not true. You're the
Guy
lead
next
guy.
door.
You're the guy driving the car.
I was saying Ray Liotta.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
see
got a
that.
little Ray Liotta in
A
you.
Jim Belushi, Ray Liotta. Kind
Oh, that's a good one. What's
Gary,
yours,
yeah.
Gary?
What's your combo?
Gary, go.
Bruce Springsteen and Brad Pitt.
Nailed it.
Is that your cousin?
Thank
Are
you.
you talking about you?
Nailed
Thank you very
it.
much. Yes, thank you.
Nailed
Yeah.
it.
Any other questions?
Yeah,
Joe?
I get a Brad Pitt and Denzel Washington.
Is
Yeah.
that what
I get
you
a lot.
got?
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
In the pants with Denzel?
Dude, you're kind
I'm just asking. I'm sassy tonight.
Hey, so you know something? It's really I know it's funny because we, Erin and I, just had a pre-production meeting because I know you were over at the game. The Game Show Network.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if she was going to say anything. I told her to meet me at the Wood.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and there was I was
There's
No
waiting.
nothing
hesitation.
there. Yeah, listen.
Did you? Yeah. What's
Well,
his-
I mean, let's be honest. I immediately looked it up on Yelp and made sure it existed, so we
Yeah.
were good.
We're having breakfast at the Morningwood, by the way.
Yeah, right. Their morning specials.
Oh my God! Do not
man.
engage. Don't
I'm
even
not
make eye
acknowledging
contact.
Gary.
Yes.
I'm
All right,
not
can I ask her a
acknowledging you.
football question, please?
Fire
Let's
away.
get serious.
Who is your team, by the way?
Are
I
the
feel like we need to know.
Dolphins, are they in the imposters that we saw those 6 games in a row, or are they the team that we saw just get their asses kicked by the Baltimore Ravens?
Does it really matter?
It does matter to me because I was born and raised
Are you a
a
Dolphin
Miami
fan?
Dolphin fan. I went to every 72
sorry.
home game.
I think, unfortunately, the Dolphins are just in the toughest division, and it's going to be that way until Tom Brady decides to retire at 47 years old.
I hate Tom Brady.
Do you hate Tom Brady?
I
really?
hate Tom
I
Brady.
feel like he gives every guy hope that you just live the vegan life, and he splurges on avocado ice cream when he does.
The
He's
vegan
married.
life.
I don't know if he's
He
vegan,
doesn't
but he
seem
does.
that
Eat,
kind of guy to
You
me.
know something? Yeah,
He
his
does- he
wife.
has a
I
private
guarantee you, he's eating his vegetables.
he does. He and like millet and grains.
Whatever.
But I don't.
Tom Brady.
I feel like there's such an up and down with Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, Adam Gase is there, and he's good.
He's putting him in a playoff contention
Situation
in his
right?
first year. That's pretty good.
Exactly.
But you see, I'm a Matt Moore fan. I love the backup quarterback, and he's never had a chance to play.
Do you think that he deserves a chance?
I do. I think he's a great player, and
Where's
he's
he out of?
never had a chance. I don't know.
Do you know schools? Do you go that deep, Erin?
Oh yeah. I mean, I went to USC. I covered college. I worked for the Pac-12, Fox Sports.
But do you keep that in the back of your mind of where they
Yes,
launched?
of course, absolutely. I think I mean, and I follow a lot of Pac-12 more emphatically just because of my allegiance to USC. I go to the SC games, but now with working for the NFL Network, I'm NFL all day, every day. And it's funny too. As much as I go to college football games and I love going to them, it's just harder to watch when you watch and consume so much NFL. It's just a little bit, to me, on TV and in person, it's just a little bit slower. I went to a USC game. The next day I went to the Rams game.
Right.
And I was like, oh, wow, this is, I mean, of course, it's college and NFL, but you're noticing if you watch a lot of NFL, college will seem slower to you.
Texas A&M.
Okay, I went to no, good call. All right, okay.
I looked it up.
All right. I went to my last.
Matt Moore?
Yeah.
No,
Matt
that
Moore.
was Tannehill.
No,
I
it
didn't
wasn't.
look up Matt Moore.
Yes, you
God,
did.
you see, I'm a horrible executive producer. Carry on.
All right. So I went to a USC game, not this season, last season, and I hate to tell you, I left at halftime.
Wait, what game did you
Why?
go to?
Was it this? I wasn't Stanford. I can't remember.
I
was
think you
weird,
got
though.
kicked out.
I almost. Were you there at that game?
No, but I
How
heard
did
about
you
it.
know? You must have been there.
They walked
Wait,
me to the gate.
What?
That's
it
the
was
story
at
of
the
every.
Coliseum?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and you don't know who they played? Yeah.
It wasn't Stanford because I wouldn't have left that game. But it was like, I don't know. I can't remember. And they were winning, and I was done. I was done at halftime. And it was, I kid you not, I think it was like a 3-hour half.
See, I disagree. I like watching college football more than the NFL. I think the NFL is too polished for me. Like, I kind of like the
So much of a
mistakes that
show?
happen sometimes, and I think there's more turnovers, and it's a little more exciting in that way. Everyone's so fucking good in the NFL. Like, it seems like there's barely any mistakes ever get made.
And you can tell when it's a slow game. It feels very eyesore-ish. You're like, oh, this is a slow game. I'm tuning out.
Defense.
Yeah.
There's so many
that
good
could be fun,
games.
too.
There's so many good games. When there is a bad game, it's almost painful. And especially
That's true,
if you guys have got to watch and do your homework, or how does that break down? Do they say you have homework?
No, I don't think that.
That's a great question.
Well, I'm assuming it's presumed. I mean, if you're at that level, you get very much well prepared, and they give you research packets, stats up the wazoo. But you're in that situation because you genuinely enjoy it, and you watch the game already on Sunday, or how I ended up becoming involved with the NFL Network. I worked for Comcast Bay Area in San Francisco. I was covering the 49ers. Our morning show producer at the time, Jeremy Lewis, was from the Bay Area, was watching a 49er report and saw me. So I was already covering the NFL.
Who was the coach at the time? Harbaugh.
They had just gone to the NFC Championship game. They lost to Seattle. So it was it was a fun season to be a part of. Colin Kaepernick was there. Frank Gore was there. Crabtree was there still. And the Raiders weren't on the map at the time. And at the time, actually, I was up there. I was covering the San Francisco Giants. I was covering the Warriors. And it was funny because I had an opportunity at all levels to cover the major sports. And NFL just really drew me in. I just loved the NFL. And it's weird because none of my brothers seriously played football. My father did a little bit. But I was just naturally drawn to the NFL. And I think if you're passionate about what you do, it doesn't feel like homework. It's just
right.
It's
a
your
way of
day-to-day.
life. It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Exactly.
Does it matter that there's no women in the sport for you on an interest level? Does it matter? Like,
No.
do you care?
No, I think do you watch Batman versus Superman because
Of Catwoman? Yes, absolutely.
because of Catwoman? No, you are drawn to these, and it's almost kind of the same. I mean, in many ways, NFL paints a picture of a superhero. Luke Kuechly is a wonderful human being as well, but he's just like a monster on the gridiron, or if you're Cam Newton, so you're just drawn to these people, and I don't think that they need to have women or men. It's just the stories of why you love football. And a lot of why I like covering the NFL is so many people grow up in Texas, but for whatever reason, they're Redskins fans because their father was and they would sit on the couch and watch the game with their dad, and they just create so many memories of their childhood and shapes that, them who they are today. And it's because you enjoy watching the storylines of the NFL.
What about your fiance? Is he a football guy?
Yes, and he's a Raiders fan.
Oh,
It
look at
makes
the time,
sense.
Chunk.
Oh, look at that. Oh, gosh.
Yeah,
Thanks,
wait.
Aaron. Aaron Coscarelli.
And that's it.
But now, here's a question for all the men out there.
Yeah.
And I want you to answer honestly.
I'll answer for all of them.
Do you want your wife to know more about football than you?
Could care less.
Yes.
Really? So,
Could 100% care
That's
less.
how John feels. My fiance.
okay,
feels
but
that
do you
same way.
ever get into a heated?
Oh, absolutely. We stopped doing it because I won the last time. But
Are you LA Rams fans? You must be.
Well, he's a Raiders fan and he's from New York, so it doesn't make any sense. And I try not to figure it out.
Back in the day, you had no football team.
Back in the day, right? So at the time, growing up. Not really growing up, but after college and in college, I was a Trojan fan, and that was the team. I mean, they had when I was there, they had Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush. They were just the team in LA to follow. They were essentially the NFL team. And then I became 49er fan. So I mean, yeah, I guess now I'm a Rams fan. But
Have you gone to a game?
Yeah, we have season
Box
tickets.
seats and all that good stuff?
No, I'm not that fancy.
Really?
Well, I mean, you know the net. You guys.
Well, I'm
you got
just
some
saying,
big
if your
wigs.
boyfriend has to work,
right?
you know what I mean, on a Sunday,
You
and
have
you've got an
you're
extra
free.
ticket.
Yeah, Gary is
Yeah.
available.
Okay,
Yeah,
Gary.
I'm good.
I'll keep it on.
Cool.
Keep it on the back.
Can I bring
of
my
line.
wife and two
No,
kids?
no,
I
Sure.
can't?
no,
Okay,
they're
cool.
not. No.
Damn it. Good.
So, but it gets competitive. Yeah, he doesn't care that, or believe actually that I know more about football than him. He is he's as diligent about the NFL. I mean, it's funny. I'm like, babe, you're on your phone. I'll look over. He's looking at he's looking at the scores, and he's obsessed. He's into it as well.
He must be happy. They're having a great season.
Yes, he's very happy. But he's been a Raider fan through thick and thin. So
he's got to be the luckiest guy, and he's from Staten Island.
How did he pop the question?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Oh, actually, it was like a week and a half ago, so it's so recent.
Really?
Wow!
Yeah,
Thanks, by the way.
Guys, thanks.
Lucky bastard.
We went to wine country, and it was how I wanted it to be. It was very small.
Did you have an
intimate.
inkling that it was going to happen? You did.
Yep, I had an inkling. Well, what happened was I had booked a job, and it was going to take me out of town for these 3 weekends. So I said to him, I go, oh, look, I got this job, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, that's great, but what about your parents' anniversary? I'm like, so that really...
sums up. Ding, ding, ding,
I
ding,
know,
ding,
my
ding.
parents' anniversary. I mean...
Yeah.
That's very sweet. You're thinking about my parents right now.
Or that you even know when their anniversary is.
Exactly, because I couldn't tell you when
something
my
you don't think
anniversary
about
was.
every day.
So my girlfriend and I, later in the weekend, whatever, we were hanging out, and I said, I think John's going to do it. Parents' anniversary, he brought it up. It was kind of like out of nowhere. And she was so sneaky and, conniving. She said behind my back, Erin knows you got to figure out a little wrench in them. So he actually, we were planning on going to wine country, and he bailed. He said, oh, my employees can't work. I'm going to need to cover, so I can't go. And
Good
then
move.
ended up surprising me, and did it at a winery. So it was very cute and thoughtful. But John, I mean, you blew it when you asked my parents' anniversary.
He was like, well, Sunday, isn't that garbage night?
Yeah,
Should I
right?
take the cans out?
I mean, how do you not know?
And I don't know him. I've never met him. But he's, the reputation, if I were to profile a cat out of Staten Island.
Yeah.
I mean, you're thinking about a guy that probably...
A handsome guy.
Yeah,
Tall. I probably didn't have a hair on him like a dolphin. You know what I mean?
There he goes with the Dolphins again. Is he hairless? No, don't even answer that. Don't.
For sure, dude.
Why?
She's
Coming up with
a
this
modern
information?
girl. They don't like
Why?
it.
This is uncomfortable for me, and nothing gets me uncomfortable. But does he have the strong accent and the bada boom and the bada bing? Forget about it. Call the Joey bag of donuts. He'll take care of it.
Well, he not as much now. He's been out in LA for, I want to say 3-4 years now. But whenever he's around his friends or other fellow New Yorkers, it comes out. Mm-hmm.
And here's the beauty about this cat that I haven't even met yet. Staten Island.
Yeah.
And there's a reputation of Staten Island, badass, family, Italian. And this cat right now has a successful salad restaurant on Beverly. I mean, on wait a second, Melrose and Fairfax.
The salad pig, right? Isn't that
No. This is called Mean Greens, right?
Mean Greens.
Yeah. So he's breaking all the barriers. The guy's knocking down walls.
How do you get
That's what I'm talking about.
such a hot girl and own a salad bar, dude?
And from Staten Island,
I
do you
mean,
understand the
come on,
ramifications?
There must be the water.
This guy's breaking every freaking rule known to mankind from New York. I want to hang with him.
You know what? Next time, how about this? Let's do this, because you talked about next time
Yes.
on the show.
Yes.
I'll bring him.
Yes.
And then you guys can ask him all these questions.
Yeah, he's
'cause
going to
I
have
do
to
not-
stay outside, though. That's okay.
He's gonna have to make a salad. He'll be in the kitchen.
Yeah, he should make us salads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'd be cool.
There's a dirty joke right there that I'm moving on to. Mental edit right now. I am mentally editing the kindness of my heart.
It's fine. It's all
You guys
fine.
are right. This is fun.
Well, do you know that, they've been breaking all the rules, and stuff, but what if you were like a buddy of his?
Yeah.
And then you're sitting there. What's his name, John?
Yeah.
Right? Hey, John. You're from Staten Island. What, you got a restaurant right in the meat of freaking Hollywood? Right there where
Oh,
everybody
man, they
goes.
must
Wait,
break
let me
his
see, wait a second.
balls, man.
You like NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah, my fiance is on the NFL Network every freaking day. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, they're like, what do you got in that show? What, you got a pork chop in there? You got a steak? Like, no. Salad, bro.
Salad.
Salad.
Yeah.
Plus, I got the hottest chick in the world.
Zoom.
What the hell?
And I'm from Staten Island.
How does that happen?
It's mind-boggling.
I'm going to go through a list right now, Chunky. You tell me what this list is.
Okay, go ahead.
Here we go. Let me put me on. All right. Sarah Spain, Samantha Ponder, Jen Brown, Melissa Stark, Molly Curum, Carissa Thompson, Heidi Watney, Aaron Andrews, Sarah Carbonaro, and Melanie Collins. Who are those people?
They're sideline reporters.
They are the top 10 hottest sportscasters, and I don't see her name on it, and I'm really pissed off.
Well, we start a campaign right now.
Okay, let's get this going.
Okay, everybody right now.
Within the sound of our voice, which is 3 or 4 people at least.
We got 3, maybe 4 listeners right now. When you finish this podcast, I want you to get online, social media, and tag the fact that Erin should be,
Who will they attack? Who is this list?
This
is
the men's top 10 list, I think, or Maxim or somebody like that.
All right. You know something? I guarantee
It's
you
the
in a year from
same
now.
list every time. There's a couple other ones that go in and out. April Rose and Holly something or other.
Heidi Watney.
Are you aware of your
Holly
competition?
Sanders.
Are you aware of your competition?
I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
I consider them more friends than enemies.
Do you guys get together once a year for pillow fights and stuff?
Slow motion? Pillow fight? Nothing like that?
That would be cool.
We should start that. Ladies and gentlemen, campaign for...
At least a calendar.
We need a pillow sponsor.
Can we do a calendar?
A calendar of guests?
No, the
That
hottest
is so boring. A
sportscasters
calendar.
ever.
They already have like a Hooters calendar. They have
What would you-
all the gorgeous
Okay, the
cheerleaders
top
in the
10.
NFL. They
I feel
do
like
not
all
need
my
a,
dreams have been crushed. And
They do
Right
not
here,
need a
right now.
sportscaster calendar.
Okay, getting back to John being the luckiest human being known to mankind.
yeah, super nice teeth, by the way.
They are really
Did you find
really-
him?
He's got great teeth.
Really?
Yeah, I was jealous. My dad's a dentist too, and I was still like, look at this guy.
I want to knock his teeth out. What do you see? Do you want to do a play-by-play? What's coming down the road?
I think play-by-play would be great. That's not on my trajectory. I think the coolest thing to do is something kind of like this, where you get to showcase your personality. Again, why I think I got into journalism is my fascination with people and their stories. So anything, and I think sports athletes are the most fascinating, because how did you get to where you are? And a lot of times they fought through adversity to get to where they're. I mean, look at Thomas Davis, the man of the year, not this past year, but the year before, and his story. And if you don't know it, I recommend Google it, read about it. It's fascinating and inspiring. And I think which I have zero of it, if you're at the plate and the game is on the line. I mean, we just saw it with the World Series and the Cubs. How do you guys have that mental fortitude? And you see it every day in the NFL. It's like the world's greatest reality show. So to me, figuring out the backstory. Why are you where you are, and how are you so darn successful at doing it? And it's almost those stories of how they failed and why they got to where they are that I find the most fascinating.
I'm going to say for us, it's light therapy and Astaglow. You know what I mean? Seriously.
It is.
That's why you do what you do?
We
Yeah.
moisturize.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
That is so true.
But don't you think?
Yes,
Absolutely.
I think that goes across the board, though. It goes
Again, it's about people. It's not just
Especially
about
with
what
the
they do.
NFL. The NFL is the stallions of the population.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these
best
guys
of the
are
best.
the best of the best.
Right.
It's fun to watch them go at it.
And think about Tom Brady's story. I mean, he was a 6th-round draft
and
pick.
Tom Brady.
I'm sorry, but
killing me over here.
in many respects, he was not supposed to be the stallion, but he worked hard and he
was a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
To,
Well, what about Kurt
Drew
Warner?
Rosenhaus.
Kurt Warner is.
Or not Drew Rosenhaus.
are you talking about?
Bledsoe. Drew
Grogan?
Bledsoe.
Drew Bledsoe. That's
I
right.
wanted to. Drew Rosenhaus is the agent.
I am talking about the Kurt Warner of the NFL Network.
He was a backup too.
But he was bagging groceries
Yeah.
when they called him,
Mm-hmm.
and then he ended up being a MVP and a Super Bowl champ.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And it's funny, and the beauty of that is, and we learned this when Steve Mariucci was in this Garage of Love. I never really put it together that Mooch cut him.
Oh, yeah.
The first year he wasn't ready, and he got cut from Mooch. And now, years later, they're sitting there entertaining America every Sunday morning, game day morning.
With a Super Bowl ring.
With a Super Bowl ring.
That's right.
Yeah. Mooch came in here. Coach Mooch was on the show.
I love Mooch.
And I want to let you know, he gave us an exclusive. Do you have one that you've never told anybody?
Yeah, I'll tell you what he told us. When he was the quarterback coach for the Green Bay Packers, Holmgren and Andy Reid were there. And this was when Brett Favre first got drafted. His very first call to the coaches was to Steve Mariucci in private from jail.
From jail. The first conversation he had with Brett Favre. And Mooch wasn't even in town. He went home to spend the weekend with his wife. And he's
to
like,
help him.
I'm in San Francisco, dude.
Yeah.
Why are you calling me? And Favre goes, I just figured you'd be the less mad
The nicest
least,
guy to
yeah,
me.
the least mad.
I know he is. And by the way, what you see on TV is truly what you see in the hallways of NFL Network. He is like the happiest guy. To me, what I really believe is how you treat the executives. Everyone's going to be nice to execs. I want to see how you treat, everybody else.
Craft service.
Yeah.
I want to see how you treat the crew. Those are the truly what you see in people. And
the answer is...
And he's great. Is
yes,
he not?
I don't mean to cut you off, but the answer in our eyes is him coming here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that'll just tell you that
Yeah,
the
so
guy,
much fun too.
right?
So
He came
fun.
on a Friday afternoon when there was just so much stuff going on in his life, and
What's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you on air?
I've lost my train of thought. And again, it's just coming out with whatever you say, just say it with conviction. I could be looking at a camera and being like, I have no idea what I'm saying right now. But as long as I look like I know what I'm saying, hey, that's good. Because how many times do you just forget what you're thinking in day-to-day life and then add on top of it, we're live and then we're in the middle of the night?
I can tell you right now, I'm completely dazed.
Yeah, exactly.
I have
Do you
no
know where
idea
you
what I'm
are?
doing right now.
No idea where I'm at. But that's the thing. That's the beauty of it all. Is it's live TV, and that's why I think people enjoy it.
Are you on a
'cause nothing
teleprompter?
is taped.
No teleprompter.
You have teleprompter if you're delivering news or
Okay,
anything that's a little bit more elaborate. But a lot of the stuff we do on TV is ad lib. It's not really structured, and I think that's what's great is it feels organic. What you're getting here,
That's nice.
it's not
Right.
scripted. It's just whatever comes natural.
Right. And I purposely was, when I was getting your attention and saying, "Hey, listen, here's how awesome I think you are," and my little thing is I do promo, little things on my phone,
Right.
edit music, graphics, and I sent that one to you, and
Yeah.
you're like, "Oh my God, I really like it,
Yeah.
thank you." So I took it to another level. This last promo that we thought it was best not to promote it through NFL channels,
Yeah.
because it was a little on the sexier side, and
Probably too long too.
it was 30 seconds, maybe a minute. But what I did on purpose in the beginning of this promo, you can hear her voice and you can recognize her voice, but you can't hear what she's saying because initially people think like, "Oh wow, this gorgeous woman, blah 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 blah. She just looks good on TV."
Right,
and then
right.
in the middle of the promo, as the words of the song changes, like, "Hey, I heard you were talking shit about me." Boom, it goes clearly. There's a close up of you. It goes to a black and white, and then it goes like, "Hey, look, really stop looking at me and listen to me."
Yeah.
And then even in that little thing, when there's a close up of you over my shoulder, you say, "What are you looking at?" And then you can hear your voice start to go clear. So my little promo was like the deepest one I've ever done.
Wow. See all those layers. It's like an onion.
Is it hard to get a
beautiful.
word in with all those men on set?
I
Good
don't
question.
think I don't think so. I think you have to carve out your niche, and people always ask, "Oh, is it so tough to be a woman in a man's world?" And I think that's all in how you decide to treat yourself. And I think if you come in prepared, you treat everybody well. You're like everyone else on that set, and it's
They
about-
respect you.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's all in how you treat yourself. You allow yourself to be treated the way you want to be treated.
They're gonna let
With
you
any
sit
job.
down ever?
Well, I don't think there's a lot of sitting down.
They sit down. She
No.
stands up.
No one sits down. I think are you on?
Really?
Wait a second. Wait, hold on. There was something. Wait a second. I think it was today. Didn't you guys bring in chairs, the comfies?
Yeah, we
on
have
set?
yeah, but I was sitting down in them. We did a segment today called "Why I Missed the Playoffs," and it's like a therapy session.
Oh, right.
But I mean, look, I'm sure that there's a sense of, oh, does a woman get treated differently, or she gets certain favors or not favors, and I think it's. You can't come in with the mindset, and it's hard. I mean, because you're a woman, you go into a room and you think, are they thinking that because I didn't put the pads on and I didn't play pee-wee or football growing up that I am any less knowledgeable? I'm more athletic than half of the football announcers that call games, and what are you going to do? You just have to, again, like I said, come and be prepared, be positive, and just go down guns blazing. Don't be afraid of the stereotypes that can be set for women and men.
Does it bother you when they do promote the bullshit on the internet? Like, okay, enough. Fuck it. I wore some skinny goddamn motherfucking jeans. Did you hear the information I shared? Why you?
She's on like a sexy foot site. You know that? Like the sexiest feet announcer site.
Shut up.
I swear, dude. I did my research today.
Nice,
Maybe
Gary,
a little
I'm
too strong.
impressed.
I did a little too much research.
Are you okay? I mean, you get the concept of the bullshit because of
Right.
you're confident in your game.
Right. I think it's again, you have to have everything, take it with a grain of salt and
Right,
not
okay.
feel, I think if you're really insecure about it, it's something that could bother you. But again, it's what you're passionate about. If you're prepared about it and, you hold yourself in a certain regard, I think that you'll be treated the way you act. And I like to dress up. I don't know if that should take away from my, intelligence. I think that that's unfair. And that may come with the TV medium, like we think that models aren't smart because they're beautiful. That's such a ridiculous stereotype.
That's-
You know
I've
what I
had
mean?
that my whole life, Chunk.
Me too.
You know what I mean? It's hard.
Yeah, I'm so tired of being
Look,
a sex
I'm
symbol.
piece
like
of
a
meat.
yeah,
I'm an older
I know,
guy.
Like
I
up
know,
here.
I know.
You know what I
Hello.
mean?
I know.
Yes.
Hello.
Eye contact. I got two of them right here.
I know.
God,
it
it's
must
so
be
tough,
tough
man.
for both
We're on
of
the same
you.
page with that.
Yeah,
It's
you get what I'm
difficult.
saying? Yeah,
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Do you ever walk in a room and go, they were just talking about me?
Every room I go into.
Right.
Yeah.
I know that happens.
Do you know the difference between paranoid and pronoid?
No.
Paranoid is when you walk into a room and they think, oh my God, they were talking shit. Pronoid is when you walk in like that. I bet they were talking good shit about me.
Is that
Nope,
that really a
it's
word?
it's a term.
in
thing.
the dictionary.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the opposite of paranoid. And some people
good,
do
okay.
have it, and sometimes it's inaccurate.
I was pronoid for a while. I had it removed. I had it removed.
Just one day in the hospital.
It was easy.
Yeah.
Burned it right off.
What about kids? You want kids?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Eventually. Not right now. Not at the moment.
Let
but
me ask you this: are your kids, if they're boys, will they play?
That's a good
Maybe,
question.
maybe even girls.
Will they only eat salads? Is the question.
Will they be vegans? Is
Yeah.
the question.
will they-
Great
will they
question.
be eating
It's tough.
tofurkey on
It's tough.
Thanksgiving? Because I did have a tofu.
By the way, that's made out of the
Thanksgiving.
bad parts of turkey.
The
You know, it's the
tofurkey?
sweepings.
It's like the hot
That's what I
dog
got,
version
yeah.
of a turkey.
That's exactly what
How many
it
kids
is.
you want?
Probably two is my cutoff point. But I'd like to have a girl and a boy. And I loved sports. I think sports are the greatest thing for kids. I mean, clearly, I came out great.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
So true.
No, my point is though, I think sports is great in the sense of you learn discipline, right? You have to take orders from authority. I wasn't so good at that growing up. But I love that there's a discipline aspect. There's a team. There's no I in team. Even though MJD says there's me in team,
There's a me
which
in team,
I
yeah.
disagree with.
And there's always an a-hole.
Oh my God, that's perfect.
Gary,
Look at you.
you're so good.
and every
That's all
team's
I'm
got an
saying.
a-hole. Oh, brilliant.
Every
It's not
podcast
me.
has an a-hole.
Listen,
Ding, 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 ding,
a
ding.
long term.
No, but I think sports. I would love. I think my kids are definitely going to play sports. I don't know what they're going to play, and who's to say I'm going to have
Right.
two boys or two girls. But sports is definitely going to be a great
Right.
part of my child's
Now,
upbringing.
With what's going on with the NFL and the issues of protection of the head,
Sure.
would that, as a mother, would that change your mind on
I think you're seeing them make significant changes now. I mean, and they're up, and I appreciate what I like what the NFL is doing is they're willing to admit that it is an impact sport and there can be a downside to it, and they're making changes to make it safer because we want our youth to play football. We want our youth to experience football. Again, those memories on the couch with your dad, on game day. There's something to be said about just the best sport in the country. The NFL. So I think that they're making appropriate changes to bring awareness, and that's all we can ask is to learn from what it could be doing to our youth. And you're seeing them really make changes,
Right,
So that's
right.
what you want to see, especially just knowing, being knowledgeable about it.
And that's one thing about the NFL, I will say. They are changing.
The problem is the NFL's changing, but the youth football programs are not changing.
Good point.
They hit every day. They hit 90 minutes a day, full pads, full helmets. There's no guidelines there. There's nobody there's no oversight for youth football. There is for college football and there is for professional
NFL.
No,
football.
I want to let you know, I know for a fact that Palisades Charter High School in Palisades, California plays by the rules to the day and the hour.
That's
My
good.
son played varsity and JV, and he is like, there is availability to bend the rules, but his coaches at Pali High
That's good. I
play.
think that's not the norm.
But I'm talking about the exact moment in time where you can go on pads, the exact moment in time where you can do workouts. There's no more 2-a-days. The weightlifting program. And I said, Jack, well, does anybody ever like look over your coach's shoulder? And he says, no, there's no one out there like just that he knows of that from the league or whatever are taking, the rules. Are they following the rules? Or what I'm saying is there a police cop coming around? I mean, is there a football cop?
There's none of that.
Right, there's none of that.
Right, but some coaches abide by the rules, and most youth coaches do not.
No, no. And that's too bad.
It is.
And that may be too late.
Let's hope not, because I love football, and my kid played football for a little while, but the stuff I saw on the field with not only his team and the other team, it scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
And just to see kids smashing into each other at full speed, for 90 minutes, it's tough to watch.
And I think you're seeing it become more enforced. Like the fact that you mentioned it is a problem, I think you're not the first to say that. And the problem is creating awareness and taking the initiative to enforce those rules, because coaches need to be responsible. These youth coaches need to be responsible that they have young kids in their hands, and their health should be a priority. So it's learning and it's becoming aware that we need to change how we should be practicing every single day, because 90 minutes of contact each and every day, you're right. That's not what's happening in the NFL. That's not what's happening at the college level. And it darn shouldn't be happening at a youth level. I think we're starting to see that change.
That's good.
That was mentioned with Mooch when he was here, and he got emotional. I want he sat exactly where you are and teared up, because he said to us he felt that he wasn't the best coach that he can be, because he was so sensitive to the pain of his players. When there was an injury, he thought he felt a percentage of it to where it hit home.
Plus, he's on the safety committee for the
right
NFL.
now he is on the board of safety for the NFL.
He's trying to make changes.
And he's trying to make
and they're
changes.
doing stuff, which is great. For me, it's the youth football that I hope changes soon, as far as practice goes.
One can only hope.
Yeah. But otherwise,
and the reason why I'm like deep in thought and maybe not totally delivering clearly is because I do have a son in football.
yeah.
And I do have questions. And I know last year when he said, I don't think I want to play football, I'm like, Jack, you just came off your freshman year and you're the only freshman in any varsity, and it was your first season ever playing football.
Right.
You have a gift. Are you ready to say goodbye to it? I'm thinking one more season just so you can have the thrill of your skills that you've worked so hard to get to. You're there, ready to walk into the thing. And he said, no, I'm walking away.
Good for him.
But it didn't turn out that way. If you're walking away, let's get in the car right now, drive up to Pally.
Tell the coach.
And you have to shake
Really?
the guy in the eye.
Good for
eye
you.
contact. And he goes, I'm going to do it. I drove him. Boom. He went into the locker room. Coach, I'm not feeling it. Looked him in the eye. And the coach goes, you're never going to amount to anything. If you quit this now, you're going to be a
way.
quitter all your life.
It's not true.
So he's like, okay, coach, well, maybe I'm traveling around the country every freaking weekend and I'm the number one lacrosse player in the fucking West Coast.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe that's something I need to do full time, which, folks, he's not the number one. Okay.
I'm saying he's number one.
Yeah. In my eyes.
We say he is.
Yes. So he does this. I'm like, I'm proud of you, son. Not for quitting, but at least manning up. The next day, the junior varsity coach calls. Says, Jack, no. What positions you want to play? How much time you want on the field, off the field? Da, da, da. And my Jack goes, I want to be tight end and I want to be defensive end. And if you punt or suck, I'll kick the ball.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah.
I will tell you though, I played so many sports growing up. I think sometimes you just get burnt out.
Yes.
It's at
That's
the end of the
true.
day. I played club soccer. I traveled every Saturday. I was in a tournament, Bakersfield, you name it, Junior Olympics. I was burnt
Really?
out. I
Me
didn't want
too.
to do it anymore.
I did the same. I was a wrestler in junior high
Yeah.
and high school, and I had a scholarship offers, and I went to the Pan Am Games and national championships in Chicago, And then when it came time for college, I was like, I don't want to see another inside of a weight room. No way, no how.
And that is strange. First of all, I think wrestling is in its own category of like, let's abuse the freaking body as much as we can.
Oh, it was awful.
And then go out there, and because you guys are throwing up before the thing to get weight, to make your weight class.
Those outfits, though, pretty sexy.
What? There's nothing sexy about a guy with
might be
like overall shorts or whatever you guys. What is
you didn't see me in high school, Chunk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah. Okay. Getting back to football, and let's talk some exacts. I'm embarrassed to tell you that I can work 4 hours of live television every Sunday morning. I feel blessed, even though I got to be at work at 3 o'clock in the morning. The show starts at 6 a.m., so New York gets it at a normal time at 9. There's so much information being pounded at you. I still could not tell you conferences, AFC South, AFC. Do you know? I mean, I guess you have to, right? You know every team everywhere. Do you know everyone's record right now?
I know the records that count. I mean, and I could tell you the ones that are really bad.
Yeah.
Cleveland has yet to get a win. Maybe this week with RG3.
I doubt they'll ever. I don't think they'll go without a win.
Even with the quarterback back.
I think they're going to win by the end of the
season.
Playing
Cincy this week.
That might be what they need.
That's true.
It's funny. I was listening to you on Adam Carolla's podcast today.
Oh, yeah?
And you talked about Johnny Football. And you talked about, well, he probably may not be there next year. And they were like, nah, he's got skills. He'll be around. And he's just nowhere to be found, is he?
He's celebrating his 24th birthday. I want to say in Mexico, or maybe Cabo, something like that. But yeah, talk about a bummer, right? Just a talented kid of Texas A&M, and man, he really could have gone far. It's too bad.
Right, but here we go again, projecting our thoughts and the way we think he should be. What if he's doing the same thing you did when it was like?
Well, listen, you can't just take millions of dollars from a team
and then
just
F
off.
There
man.
it is.
Well, and not only that too. That's not the only reason why I think we have these projections. We keep believing what he's saying. I'm coming back. I'm going to stay straight. I'm not going to do this. Meanwhile, he's late up to important meetings. He's letting his team down. I think that you got to be accountable. And by the way, fine, you were given a great gift and the privilege of playing a very great sport at the highest level you can be. If you don't want that, then fine, then go down gracefully. I think he strung a team along. I think he really promised a lot of things, and he keeps doing it. He keeps saying, "I'm coming back," and he's, and that's fine. Come back. But I think the way he's doing it, it's kind of a little bit too much in our face.
But he's a bit self-destructive, and he has some addictions.
Sure,
100%.
Yeah, right.
And you just, at the end of the day, you want the kid to be healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, football or not, your priority is your health.
It's fun to go back. Now, are you nostalgic? Even though you're so, I want to say new. You're not new. Young.
Yeah. I'm young and young at heart.
Yes, but don't you think like these new people, these younger people coming up? What about that old school, the Jim Browns? You weren't there when it was
happening.
Dirty. Dirty. That's the word I'm looking for.
Dirty.
But it was a much more physical, much more physical run.
Clotheslining, and you could horse collar and do whatever.
Right.
Face
Spit in the
mask.
guy's face.
I mean, look at the
Give him
Raiders.
the business.
The Raiders were a great story back then because they were known as that physical badass, kind of the villains of the NFL. And yes, I may have been, 2 years old around that age, around that era.
I mean, I was like 4.
Right. Yeah.
But I think it's embracing the new time. Look, I mean, we get technology and entertainment different now, and it's what can you do? It's changed. I mean, people aren't watching TV; they're sitting at home watching. They're not watching a full hour of Sports Center. They're watching the 2-minute clip of their favorite team's highlight.
Yeah.
Do I miss what the NFL used to be? No, I embrace what it is now, and I think it's
right.
It's a high flying Aaron Rodgers, air it out type of game now, and it's fun.
But I just had a flashback of Campbell from the Oilers.
Earl Campbell.
I
hated that guy too. He killed us.
Oh, the way that big monster would run and
killed us.
I can't really get. I'm a new era kid.
Larry Zonka.
Oh, come on,
dude. Guy ran people
Giving
over.
me goosebumps. Prepare to be mounted, you sexy guy.
I'm ready.
If you want to turn me on,
Ready
you just
when
talk
you
about
are.
old football fullbacks.
Break out the Astiglo right
Here
now.
we
Let's
go.
get this
This
over
will only
with.
take a second,
Get this
Aaron.
party
Sorry.
started.
Look away. You can never
only
unsee.
this will only take a
Did I
minute.
interrupt?
You will never unsee this. But here is something that is entertaining to me. Finding the old.
By the way, is this floss over here? What's going
No,
on?
no,
Because that's creepy.
That
That
is lost.
it's old tape herrings. I'm so yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It could be. There you
It
go.
looks like floss.
It's so funny because once you see beyond these cameras, like, you don't know there's
It's
a bicycle over there.
it's duct tape and
There's-
love, my friend.
There's a dartboard and my golf clubs.
Don't
I
pan
really
around.
like how you stylized the pillows.
By the way, those are my golf clubs. Those are many people's golf clubs.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, is the pillow part of the decor of your behind, like the
Yeah,
backdrop?
look.
But I want to let you
You
know
see what I'm saying?
everything,
Supposed to distract you from the photos above them.
which I.
Or the face in front of the camera.
I
Just
got a
kidding.
message the other day, like, Chunky, what's up with? I did not buy these of myself. Those were from a gift. They're
Yes,
from
they
a
were.
friend. We get all
Super
our.
fan.
Listen, you volunteered to put them up, though.
Oh, no
That's
doubt.
the problem.
They're hot, man. They're hot. You got your little caps for sale
Do
hat.
you know my daughter? That's what my daughter would say to me, Dad.
No, I'm just kidding. I like them a
But
lot, actually.
what I want to address to you, because it's in your DNA to be social media savvy.
Sure, yeah.
But
Yeah.
Isn't it funny to see like Mooch having to Instagram, and I see Michael Irvin on a regular basis trying to figure out, and I to this day am trying to figure out. I don't know how Twitter works. I'm just like hoping somebody retweets me. That's all I'm trying to. But it's funny to see old school guys trying to get the concept.
Yeah.
And I think
I think it's lost its old school charm, but because, I think sometimes the things that were great about like the David Letterman show is he sort of let you behind the fourth wall a little bit, when he would walk around, you would see what's really cool. Now we see that all the time.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I mean, we have cameras and it's not as special as it used to be. I was actually thinking about this driving to work. I'm like, you know what the next thing is going to be? We're going to figure out a technology where we're going to just have, instead of Snapchat or Periscope, which is, you can basically, it's like a webcam where we're always on if you wanted to. We're going to just have some type of Jetsons camera where it's just going to constantly film us and you're going to see us walking to work and just what we do every single day. And
here's
it's not
something.
as special as it used to be.
Do you think there'll ever be a time where there'll be like a 15 or 20-minute game delay where you can be in the huddle
Right.
on that game that's delayed?
What is that called?
You know what I mean?
It's not a monogram.
virtual.
No. Let's
it
say
called?
that there's helmet cams,
Hologram?
right? And you can dial in to your linebacker and
And
be
get the-
in
the-
his helmet cam
yeah.
during the game.
Right.
So you're in the huddle, you're listening to
Yeah.
everything. I mean, how cool would that be, man?
Hologram? Is that what
that
it is?
the hologram. I don't think so, but
Not a
the
hologram.
virtual stuff.
Yeah,
you
the
know, I'm just
virtual reality.
Speaking of, we're not
Yeah.
live or anything.
Yeah.
This is just
Snapchat. Is that a Snapchat?
no. This is just
Oh,
a
just
future
regular.
Right.
promo.
Got it.
Don't start making out with me or nothing.
Right.
Seriously.
But what
Happily
social?
married.
Gary is a man that is day-to-day basis on social currency.
Exactly.
Now, did they look at your social currency, the NFL, before you got hired?
I think they certainly pay attention to it, and now more than ever. But yeah, you're seeing it curve towards people that have, and I think what we're getting to more often than not is we want to subscribe to a person that has a personality or a brand than just a generic talking head. So what do I get that's different from Erin Coscarelli than different than your generic sports host? Is she witty? Is she the girl next door? Is she sassy? Is she sarcastic? What is it that I like? For instance, another female sports broadcaster that I think is really good is Michelle Beadle. You know who she is,
Right.
right?
Yep.
You know
Right.
what you're gonna get with her. She's gonna not hold back. She's opinionated. She's pretty, girl next door, but she's kind of like this person you want to have a beer with at a bar and watch a game, and she'll probably curse when her favorite player messes up, fumbles the ball, so on and so forth. So I think that takes very much into account, and it's going to become even more relevant as
Speaking of
media
which,
keeps going.
How can people get in touch with you on social media? Look into that camera. And
I'm
let 'em
on
know.
Twitter at Erin Coscarelli. Instagram, same thing, first and last name. I'm on Snapchat. Is there any other?
How's Snapchat treating you?
Snapchat is fun.
Is it?
I enjoy it.
Is that the one you prefer?
They're like children. I love them all equally.
But Snapchat's the one where it disappears after 6 seconds or something. Is that right?
24 hours. It's a cycle.
24 hours?
But nothing really goes away, internet. And I'm always savvy to that. I never put anything on the internet or in a text that I don't want to see ultimately
You
on.
you don't sext your boyfriend,
No,
fiance?
never
Nothing?
have I have never sent a suggestive photo.
Really?
I know that's super boring. I swear on my
It's
life.
safe. It's safe.
It's I feel like
Smart.
it's smart.
Yeah.
Not even in the sense of I'm nervous about him. I mean, he's my fiance. I don't think he's going to do anything to hurt me. But what if he loses his phone? What if
Whatever
people
it
I
is.
don't know.
Hack into it.
I'm paranoid.
Yeah. There's a picture of Chunky with a macrame thong floating around, and I tell you,
Yeah.
if anyone gets a hold of that thing.
I posted
dangerous.
my sex tape last week, and in 3 days it went venereal.
Oh, is that right?
That is such a
wow.
dad joke. Oh my God, you went
That's
there.
so terrible,
You went
man.
there with the dad joke.
You got to. How are we doing time?
We're good, man. We're an hour and 10, so
You're
anytime
kidding
you want
me.
to wrap it up.
See,
Yeah.
that's
You were keeping me past my
That means a
bedtime,
good
Chucky.
guest. That means we had a good
I
guest.
told you 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's proof that you're an awesome person.
Oh, please.
That's right. Sorry, I got something in my eye.
Here's a goal of ours is for you to after this podcast and after we post it in the near future, even if you walk out of the garage of love thinking I will never do that again,
Right.
you've got to promise me if there's anything negative you can't say it amongst your coworkers, and if
yeah.
anything positive you brag like it's crazy.
Okay,
You
great.
brag like
Got
it's
it.
the best podcast you've ever done.
Absolutely. And by the way, you can definitely use for anybody else you want. If you're thinking you want Shek or anybody else,
Yeah.
please. Shek is very good.
Well, tell
He's
me
got
more
an
about
Adam
him.
Carolla thing to him.
Yes, he does.
Dave Damashek.
I love Dave Damashek.
I am such
Good
a fan.
guy.
I am really a fan.
It took me a minute. It took me because when
You got a crush on him too?
No. I have not.
Yeah.
I haven't broke bread with him. Like as far as the crew talent
Yeah,
thing.
you guys seem like you'd go fishing together and stuff, or panning for gold or
But
something.
I jumped on this train of Rank.
Isn't Rank?
Yeah,
He is one of the nicest
Adam Rank,
guys.
who's on the show of Fantasy and Friends.
I think you need to have him on.
Okay, you ready
have
for
you
this?
reached out to him yet?
Yes. You remember I was telling you how I get the talent's attention instead of like walking in and like, hey, I'm the fat guy that's got a podcast. I will make a little. I will make a little
That's a
demo.
great line. Start with that every time, by the
Not
way.
bad.
Yeah, maybe I will open with that. I do my little promo thing. So I sent Adam Rank, a quick little promo of him doing his thing at work.
And
he's like, what did you just send me? Because I was working with him.
Right.
And I go, just a little promo. And he looked at it. He goes, you just did that? I'm like, yeah.
Aww.
He's like, this is going to be my new opening at the Comedy Store. I'm going to have them play this promo
that's
on the
awesome.
monitors as I walk up on stage because he's a comedian
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
comic, yeah.
And I was like, that's
He's a
like the
good guy.
nicest
I like
thing.
that guy.
He is. Get him on the show. He
Really?
is
Yeah.
so fun and just.
Is that the guy who said he wanted to open for David Spade? Who was
Yeah.
dropping names?
No, that was. Oh,
was that?
That was me.
No, I know, but they were dropping the names.
Oh, yeah.
Very funny bit.
Very funny, right?
I liked
they
it.
were clever. They're very. And by the way, what I love too also about the show is you have great chemistry with everyone. They're like big kids. You give them an idea, they will run with it. You know what I mean? They're not the thing that is tough. And you work with athletes, and they have not egos, but just. They're pulled in a lot of different directions, and they've been handed that their whole lives. So they're not always gung ho. But these guys, and I'm mostly talking to MJD because he's the only athlete on the show.
Explain
as good as I am.
who MDG is.
Maurice Jones-Drew, who
Maurice Jones-Drew.
He is just one of the greatest guys to work with, and you give him a segment idea, he will take it and he will literally run with it. You know,
He is hilarious.
he is hilarious. Everybody on that show is so fun.
And we always hear, oh God, I love the people I work with.
Yeah.
I see it behind the scenes.
Yeah, it is.
And I
It's nice.
see what goes on during a commercial break. Besides the chaos of moving cameras and you can see that there is a group of people, talent at the NFL that respects each other's field of expertise, gives each other the room to either excel or fuck up, but it is a genuine team. That,
Everyone's rooting for each other.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's a good team energy. You know what I mean? We want everybody to succeed.
Right.
There's no one trying to big time the other, and you just want to boost each other up.
Before we sign off, can you let the listeners at home give them like a day and time? When are you on? Let's figure that part out.
NFL Network, Fantasy and Friends, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Watch it. Make sure
Fantasy and Friends,
to
6
tune in.
p.m. NFL Network.
Yes.
I know we're trying to wrap this up, but there's so much good stuff happening on her show. Or, for example, the Skype thing. You go on the show, and you'll have a group of football fans that, maybe, let's say, they're all from like one college, and you'll see 4 of them up, and they'll talk about their fantasy teams. They'll talk about who to play, and I do not know the world of fantasy football. I've never been in a league. Are you playing?
I'm in 6 leagues.
I know, it's crazy, right?
But you play too? No?
I do not.
Oh, you
No.
never played?
I've never played. It always felt like a
let me
big
tell
fat
you
waste of
something.
time.
See, and you feel that way.
Yeah.
Just play one season.
Really?
You're
I'm
done.
so busy, Aaron.
I know.
Like,
How
I'm
much
a
work does it take?
Supermodels that
I'm a
you have
hugely-
to.
Hugely
much work?
busy human being.
How much?
It's really not. Again, you guys, if you really like the NFL, you're already paying attention to it. You're essentially, you feel like on Sundays you're the GM. You're like, okay, I have Kirk Cousins or I have Aaron Rodgers. Well, Kirk Cousins is playing the Raiders. Aaron Rodgers has a tougher, maybe they're on the road and he's not as good. I don't know, in a certain circumstance, maybe Arizona, against the Cardinals, although the defense has been a little shaky. But you get to mix and match. It's fun.
Such a turn on.
It's
listening to her
fun.
talk about football, man.
And then you're like, oh, Terrell Pryor, he's back. And then we just had a guest, Omar, this guy who was in the movie Selma and Queen Sugar, which is a new show that he's promoting. We do get some cool celebrities that come on the show, and we set their lineups. I mean, it's fun to be able to have a bevy of talent that are really good, and then you get to decide, like, oh, it's like designing a dress, or if you're into creating something, you're putting a lineup together of very top talent, and you're hoping it works out on Sunday.
Well, I will say this with pure confidence and security that I do. The one member of my fantasy team is Aaron. Yeah,
Sean.
I think I just
another
drafted
dad joke to end the podcast.
On
That's
that note,
fantastic.
Coscarelli.
you
Aaron,
guys
you
so
are
much.
a phenomenal human being, and thank you for just coming into this garage.
Oh,
It was a
man.
risk that you took.
What a pleasure.
Yeah.
What an absolute
One
pleasure.
degree of Chunky B, please hit me up on the message board. Some of you people, I know we don't do a perfect freaking show every time, all right? But I don't care. If you don't have anything nice to say, still say it.
Just
Yeah.
not about me. Let's keep it
Don't
real.
mess. Don't
mess
not
with
mess
me.
with our gal. Aaron, thank you. Gary Adler,
Thank
you
you.
are a man, a man, a myth,
Eat
a
your
legend.
greens, people.
Eat your greens. Oh yeah, let's give
See
John a
what
little bit of
happens?
love right
You know what
now.
I'm saying?
Greens, Fairfax and Melrose.
Yes, and you know something?
Has Mean Joe Green ever been in there? That would be cool.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Really?
She's like, who's that?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, one degree of Chunky B. I am Chunky B. Be real, be kind, be cool. You're awesome. Thank you for being you.
Bum, bum, bow, bum, ba-da-dow.